I've been a fan of Penn and Teller. I think the first time I saw them was Don't Try This at Home. I remember when it came on TV. I remember watching it on TV. So that was 1990. That was the first time I saw them, and ever since then, I just like their style. I like how they presented themselves. And as the years went on, it was before the internet, so it was harder to keep track of them, but they did have other specials. And then you start seeing them, they had popular TV shows and things of that nature, and I would always try to keep up with them as much as I could. And then later on, you start learning more about them as individuals, and you see that you agree more often than not with a lot of what they say and how they present themselves and how they present their show. I think the first time I saw them was 2014 at the Penn and Teller Theater in Las Vegas, and then I've seen them 5 times since. I've seen them 4 times in Las Vegas, and they came here one time to Houston, and it was just a really fun show. I just enjoy what they do and how they do it. So when I saw Masterclass, I thought that's pretty easy. It's like 85 or $90 for the course, which, I mean, I pay about that much for the ticket, so hey, now I have a permanent thing that I can go back to and watch. The first part is an introduction, so I'm just giving you an introduction of how I see Penn and Teller and how I've interacted with. I've spoken with Penn and Teller because you can talk to them after the show very briefly, but they're really, really interesting people. I just like everything they do. Basically, I've seen their movies. I've seen the movies that they've made, documentaries that they've made. I've seen everything. I have most of it too. So watching the masterclass and having them both sit there and go over just theory and how they approach magic, even though I'm not a magician, I don't aspire to be a magician. I do like watching people that are really good at what they do and stuff that I really like. If they give me a little bit of how they get to that point and what their process is, that's super. I really enjoy that. So seeing this and seeing that it's basically what it is, I think it's like 17 parts or something like that. It's quite a few parts, and they have a lot of information in them. I'm just really looking forward to cracking this open and getting into it. The first part was really interesting, just giving an introduction. And I know as a Penn and Teller fan, it's just all great. And I'm just really looking forward to watching it. So Penn and Teller Masterclass, this is just talking about me and talking about Penn and Teller and the introduction and all the stuff with Masterclass. I mean, is it worth Masterclass? I did the Steve Martin one. I thought that was pretty fun. It's a good way to approach it. Seeing somebody approach something differently than what you do is really insightful. So I don't plan on learning magic or anything like that, but I do plan on trying to understand how to approach visual media better.